What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In today's video I'll be walking you guys through my current trading setup, so let's get into it. So let's start by looking at a new addition to the setup. The most significant update to my trading setup must be the docking station. This 13-in-1 docking station by Minisopuru is perfect for someone like myself who uses an M1 MacBook Air. Before I got this docking station I was constantly struggling for ports on my MacBook. The M1 MacBook Air only has two USB-C ports, which makes it difficult to connect to several things at the same time. So for example, if I wanted to connect my MacBook to an external display, I was missing a HDMI port. So in order to tackle this, I needed to buy an adapter from Apple which gave me one HDMI port, one USB-A port and a USB-C port. This done the job, but now I needed a port to connect my mouse and keyboard to. Then I needed a port to connect my external hard drive into. Then I bought a monitor lamp which again needed a port which the MacBook didn't have. So essentially I'd find myself disconnecting things in order to use other things. But now with the 13-in-1 docking station by Minisopuru, I don't have to do this. Now I simply connect the dock to my Mac using a USB-C cable and I can connect everything to the hub which sits nicely underneath my monitor. Everything from the build quality to the look of the docking station is very nice. The well-designed docking station comes equipped with all of the ports listed on the screen. The fact that it can support 3 external displays makes it a perfect docking station for traders with multi-screen trading setups. I personally may have to invest into some more displays just so I can take full advantage of this docking station. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. Next we have a monitor lamp by Kuntis. I invested in this monitor lamp for those late night sessions. As traders we are always looking for opportunities in the market and that can sometimes mean trading different sessions. So when it's midnight in London, you have the Asia session taking place. Before I bought this monitor lamp, I'd have to either work in the dark which puts strain on my eyes, or I'd have to turn on the main light. But now with this monitor lamp, I can work at my desk at night with the correct amount of light. In addition, I can adjust the intensity and the color temperature of the light, which means I don't have to get too much blue light exposure before going to sleep. The monitor lamp has 4 different temperatures you can choose from, and 4 levels of intensity. It's a great investment and addition to any desk setup, especially if you aren't trying to eat up too much desk space. Next in the trading setup, we have a Dell monitor which I have hooked up to my MacBook. The monitor isn't anything too special, however it's still very nice. In terms of specs it's pretty basic but also didn't cost me too much. Before buying the monitor I had no idea how much more efficient it is to work on a bigger display. I now struggle to work on anything but the monitor, as I find that it's just not as productive when working on a smaller display. So if you are someone who doesn't currently work on a monitor, I highly recommend you consider picking up an external monitor. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this monitor, so I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Then of course we have my main device, the M1 MacBook Air. The MacBook Air is the device which I use to complete most of my work on. I've had this MacBook for 2 years now and it is still running as efficiently as day one. My initial worry when buying this MacBook was the Air may not be able to handle the tasks that I wanted to carry out. However, the M1 handles everything without any problems. I do like the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, however it still feels like a waste of money at this point as my MacBook Air still runs without any problems. Next we have everyone's favourite device, the iPad Pro. Since Apple introduced the new universal control feature, I've been able to use my iPad seamlessly with the rest of my setup. Universal control just works so effortlessly that sometimes I end up using it unintentionally. I've mentioned in my previous videos that if you buy the Magic Keyboard for your iPad Pro, your whole user experience changes. I rarely use my iPad without the Magic Keyboard attached, as I sometimes forget that I'm using a tablet and not a laptop. The trackpad and keyboard on the Magic Keyboard case are just that good. But having the case means that I can have my iPad sitting next to my monitor and use it as a third display. The flexibility of using the iPad on and off the case really makes the Magic case worth the money. Then we have my keyboard. As I mentioned in previous videos, I was hesitant to buy the Keychron, as it was a lot of money for a keyboard. However, after using it for a few months now, I can say it was definitely worth the money. The fact that it's compatible with Apple devices and connects seamlessly makes using it super efficient and reliable. If anything, buying this keyboard has made me want to try out other models and add them to my collection. Next we have one of my favourite purchases. A product which probably gets used most which allows me to justify its price. The Logitech MX Master 3. You've probably seen this mouse before on every tech YouTuber's channel. The MX Master 3 is probably the most popular mouse available. The mouse is on the more expensive side, but when you use it as much as I do, it's definitely worth the investment. The mouse is simply one of the best mouses money can buy, and is perfect for those who want a more efficient workflow. It also works great on TradingView on the Mac. Then we have a desk mat. I wouldn't say a desk mat is necessarily something a desk setup needs, however it definitely makes your setup look more organised and tidy. This one here was from Amazon. I remember I knew nothing about desk mats when buying it, so I just grabbed one that looked good and had good reviews. However, this one is definitely good quality as I've been using it for close to 2 years now, but still no signs of any wear or tear. As you can see, I have my Apple Pencil sitting on my desk mat. I have to say I haven't really been using the Apple Pencil much recently. Definitely need to start using it more when completing tasks like my technical analysis. I think it comes back to the fact that I use my iPad a lot whilst connected to the Magic Keyboard, so I end up using the trackpad instead of the pencil. Maybe I'll have to make a video where I only use the Apple Pencil for a whole day. Let me know if it's something you would be interested in seeing. Okay, so the next piece of tech we have in this training setup is a 3-in-1 MagSafe charger. Probably one of my favourite recent purchases. Before grabbing this charger, I was struggling to charge all my devices at one time and had cables all over the place. However, now I don't have this issue. With this charger I can charge my phone, watch and AirPods all at the same time. Also, I was impressed by how fast it charged my devices. My previous experience with wireless charging has been that it takes forever to charge, but this wasn't the case with this charger. This charger also has a cooling system built into it, which prevents your phone from overheating when wireless charging. So if you are someone who has all 3 devices, I definitely recommend investing in a MagSafe charger if you haven't already. Next we have the Pixel Bud Pros. When I first used these earbuds I had mixed emotions and didn't believe they kept up with the AirPods Pro. But I believe this is because I was using them in the gym and they essentially kept falling out and the noise cancelling wasn't great. However, when I used them at my desk when doing some market analysis, I was surprised at how nice the bass sounds, especially on those instrumental tracks that I listen to when doing some work. Overall sound quality is amazing, however I feel like the design needs some improvements. For example, when your earbuds fall out you naturally push them back into your ears. However, Google decided to have their noise cancelling on and off gesture as a long press on the centre of the bud, and a short press as their play and pause. So when you go to adjust your earbuds, you'll find your music either pausing or noise cancelling being disabled. This is why I mentioned that they are better to use when sitting down at your desk when compared to moving around in somewhere like the gym. One of my favourite things of his desk must be this Linkin funko. It's in this nice clear casing and has the album artwork on the back. A nice touch to personalise the setup. Then we have some IKEA plants. I think any setup is incomplete without IKEA plants. Trust me, just buy some and put them on the desk. Your desk setup will instantly look 10 times more aesthetic. The next piece of tech we have is a Bluetooth speaker by Samsung. This specific one is the R1. It's a few years old now, however still sounds great. Bass is solid and it makes for a perfect desk speaker. Perfect for those long sessions in front of the charts. The gestures and buttons work perfectly without any issues. I am looking to update it soon, however, just don't know which speaker to grab next. Then we have a Yankee Candle diffuser to finish up the setup. This specific diffuser matches my setup and smells great. Also a nice diffuser, just adds to the aesthetic of any desk setup. And yes, for those of you Harry Potter fans, you probably noticed that I have the Elder Wand on my desk. Again, another nice way to personalise the setup. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.